I'm Mike Salisbury, and this time I'm at Edenslakes, which is a stunning 3-lake complex in the Limousin region of France. Over the course of this video we're going to be showing you just what the complex has to offer. Not just stunning surroundings, but some cracking fishing as well.
Edenslakes is run by English couple Dean and Karen Beardwell and comprises of 3 different lakes. The 2 smaller lakes, Simon's Lake and the Jolly Pads, are highly stocked and will provide plenty of action, whereas the North Lake is geared towards the serious specimen angler. Edenslakes is therefore a French fishing complex that caters for anglers of a range of experience and expectations.
For the first part of our session we're on Simon's Lake, which is the water you can see behind me. It's about 3 acres in size and it's very well set out with only 3 swims in it, so it's never going to get particularly overcrowded. The swims are spaced out evenly across the lake, so everyone's got plenty of water to fish to. Very picturesque lake. All these swims are finished off nicely with gravel, so that if it gets a bit wet and muddy, then obviously your swim's not going to get muddy itself. And it's quite easy to get the bivvy pegs in through the gravel. It's fairly soft underneath, so it's all finished off very nicely. Now, Simon's Lake is known as the runswater of the complex, and if you check out this bit of footage we're going to show you now, then you'll see exactly why. Check this out.
Right, we've only just got here. We've just got to set up, got the rods out, and Melvin's got one in the bag already. Good skills, Melvinator. And what did this little fella go on the scales?
22.
Lovely, jubbly. First fish from Edenslakes on the first evening. Lovely, jubbly. Nice one, hope it's the first of many. Well, the light's just gone. Mel's rod has gone off again. And it appears we've got a bit of a prehistoric beast here. It's a sturgeon.
Well done.
It's in the bag, and another cracker for Mel of his newly found little hotspot. What's this one got on the scales?
24.
And here we go, here's another one. Went £27 this one. Nailed on the hot spot again. Well, this one was worth the wait. Swim's been a bit quiet, so I boated a line a bit further out than I had been doing, and not been in the water long and rattled off. Got this beauty, 32-pounder, nailed on a 20mm monster squid with a few freebies around it, a little bit of pellet.
This is the rig we've been getting all the fish on. Just a run-of-the-mill basic helicopter rig. Simple hair rig, bit of braid. Nothing flash at all. Just nice basic carp fishing stuff. I'm going to put a bait on. These are AM Baits Bounty Hunter. It's my own company. Been doing really well on them. Been casting them to a known hot spot. Chucking a few out with a throwing stick. And we've been having plenty of takes. And plenty of fish on the bank. So let's get this one on here. And we'll whack it out there. And see if we can get another one.
Well, this is a bit of a surprise, I must say, because I think there's only about 2 of these in here. Had a blistering run, a 20-minute fight, and only when I got it at close quarters, I realised it was this. That is a 25-pound sturgeon. I've never caught one of these before, so that's pretty extraordinary, really. Certainly likes monster squid. Now that is about as prehistoric as they get, I reckon. Like a freshwater shark. Certainly gave me an arm ache. I thought it was a huge carp, but that was this. Let's put it back. At the same time I was battling the sturgeon, Melvin was busy having a battle of his own. With this, what's this one, mate?
28.5. Nailed on the old Bounty Hunter. Lovely jubbly.
Now, not one of my videos would be complete without this chap tagging along. Of course, it's Mark Gardner, and he ain't been here for too long, and he's already into a fish. Feel like a good one, Mark?
Yeah, not too bad.
This is Mark's first Edenslakes fish. This one needs to go on a diet. It's a bit fat.
It is a bit fat.
It's very welcome.
Very good condition.
Stonking condition. A nice early morning alarm call. I think the worst thing is to be woken up by. 30 pound, 12 ounces. Put up one hell of a scrap under the rod tip. Giving me a bit of a backache, so I think I'm going to put him down. Lovely fish. Had 4 in the night, and this one at first light has topped the lot. Lovely stuff. Let's put him back. Thank you, sir, for cooperating. And here is Melvin's 24th fish out of Simon's Lake. And this is a 31, is that, Melv? Yeah?
31, yeah.
Not terribly happy by the looks of things. What was this on again?
This is on the old AM Baits Bounty Hunter. Doing well on it.
Yeah, just it picked it up as soon as it hit the water, this one, didn't it?
Yeah, immediately.
Well, could that be an instant bait? You never know.
Just been a mental 10 minutes here. I just had this fish. Just whilst I was getting ready to weigh it, the other rod's gone off. So luckily Mark was on hand to help out, and managed to get both fish in. So this is the first part of the brace. I don't know how big the other one is yet. I think it's bigger than this one. This one's 25.8. There we go. Another Edenslakes classic. Did all its fighting right under the rod tips. Right, I'm just going to put this one back and then we'll get the second part of the brace. This is it, the second part of the brace. 28 pound, 8 ounces. Lovely fish. Gave me the run around, but got both of them in. So the mental 10 minutes is over. Happy days, going to put this one back. Right, here's another nice early morning wake up call. Yeah, it's 28 pound, 10 ounces. Lovely fish. Again, went like a steam train. Took ages to get in. But more than worth the effort when you see a cracking fish like this on the bank. He's not exactly been behaving himself, so I think it's time to get him back in the water.
Done. Probably mid-20 mirror mark. Cracking fish in the sunlight.
Right, Neil, can you tell us which lake you're fishing at the minute?
We're on Jollies at the minute. So I spent 2 weeks here. Don't really want to go home, but it's one of them, isn't it?
And how's the session been? What have you caught?
Me and my mate sort of had roughly 80 fish between us. Quite a few 20s. Biggest 33 mirror. Well, that's the one I've had, sort of thing.
We've had fish up to 38 pound, which was grass carp. That's the biggest at the moment. A lot of mirrors, up to 26, a couple of 30s as well, sorry. Mainly, the average stamp was, for me, has been just over the 22 pound mark.
Basically, it's every now and then, or every couple of days, take some bait over the far bank, chuck that out, and using a bait boat to take the rest out to it, like filling that up as we go, and go for like that.
I find it better by using the bait boat and going right across to the far margin. That's the way I approach it, but I've got the bait boat. We have caught fish on the short distance rods, so it's not necessarily a bait boat water. I just think a lot of the fish go right over on the far side because a lot of people can't get across to them at the end of the day. So that's the reason we go for that approach.
It's, in general, we've come over for probably the last 3 years now, so it's got to be a good place to come. North Lake, it's got bigger fish in there. Like I say, I've had my biggest 40, 43, 14 out of there. Great fishing. Bit more patience on there, but the bigger fish are there, so. And this one here, like I say, you can get plenty of fish out when you are here.
Oh, it's fantastic. I've been here now, we've done about 6 trips now to Edens. Fished North Lake 3 times, fished down here 3 times. So Simon's is the only one we've not fished. Love it. It's peaceful, great hosts, Dean and Karen. What more can you say for it at the end of the day?
It's peaceful. It's, like I say, good fishing, peaceful when you're here. Dean's always here to help you out. Any problems, he's always telling you what to do. If you don't listen to him, you don't deserve to catch at the end of the day. But, like I say, good fishing, he's always here to help you. And if you want food, that's another good thing here.
It's nice, it's out of the way, it's peaceful, it's quiet. The lakes aren't overcrowded, and the fishing's great. the hospitality is great. Dean and Karen do go out their way to look after you, and that's the main reason we come.
We've now moved on to the North Lake, the lake that everyone's talking about. And the reason for that is the phenomenal weight gains that these fish have made over the last couple of years. There's a lot of 30s in here, but also lots of 40s and some fish well over that 50-pound barrier. Potentially fish pushing up to near 60 pound, although nothing that big has been banked as yet. The fishing on here is not easy, so obviously we're stepping things up in terms of what we did on the session on Simon's Lake, and fingers crossed we'll get a result by the end of the week.
Joining us for the session on the North Lake was fishery manager Dean Beardwell, who would be using his considerable experience to help bank some fish for the cameras.
Is that a fish then?
I hope so. You're in the spots, the fish are out there. Fingers crossed. It's the North Lake. Happy days.
Let's see them.
Yeah.
Early signs were encouraging, as the next morning Dean was into a fish.
He's off. He's off the boat.
I feel like a good one.
Bit of weight there, so a little bit hairy there. He had me on the pole. The only little stump and snag in there, but they just keep a little bit of pressure on there, and tight line, tips nice and high, and he's bounced off, so he's coming a bit freely at the moment. It's always hard to tell till you get them in front of us.
Well done, mate. You've just come at the right time. What are you doing?
Well net him up. First one.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, guys. Cheers. Mike. Oh, happy man. Pressure's off. Whoa. 33 pounds. Happy days. Good start. The next one. Oh, guys.
The following morning, it would be Melvin's turn to get a piece of the North Lake action.
The beast is on the bank, and we're not talking about Melvin, we are talking about this 36£12 North Lake mirror.
fish that Melvin had gave us hope for the rest of the week, but for 2 days the indicators remained motionless and the alarms were silent.
It's the wee hours of the morning and Dean is in.
$36.8.
Well, there we go. That rod had been in position for 2 days and finally roared off at just before 4 AM. Well, I thought it was about 3:30, wasn't it?
3:30, yeah. 36.8. Hell of a scrap as well. All welcome. Not one of the big girls, but as I say, nighttime fish, full moon, definitely welcome during a hard week. Thanks, guys.
Basically, I actually knew the old owner here, so I'd come here, I think it was about 1.5 years ago, and basically it was a bit to do with business and possibly a bit to do with fishing, but I must admit, coming back now, the change, especially with the vegetation and the way the swims are, to me it's now a completely different lake, it really is. But I've got to say, Mike, firstly, I've got to thank Dean and his family for the hospitality I've had. The food, definitely, you know, if I've eaten some good food, the food this week has absolutely been bang on. And as you know, Mike, I've been to many venues with you and done this before. This is, you know, it's got to be in the top, you know, it's like Premier League, the fishery. For the family, I've spoke to some families down on Jollies and all that, and it's from what it was before, it's now, to me, a completely different ball game. Well, as you know, I fished Simon's Lake. I came late, and as usual, you stitched me up with the worst swim, like you do. But you know, still knocked out 6 fish, you know, and up to 26.5. You know, I was more than happy. And you can tell by that water, that is definitely, you know, for the guy who wants to come for action. He's definitely going to get it. There's no doubt about it. So. Same again, the banks are nice, the swims are nice, can't knock that water at all, it's really nice, quiet, you know, so what more can you say about that particular stamp of water? I think, you know, Dean and his company and his family have got it bang on. The North Lake, I like it, because I like a challenge, and, you know, the North Lake, I'm not going to say to anybody it's an easy water. You've got to work at it. I haven't had a fish yet, and I've been working hard. We've still got 1 night to go, so hopefully there'll be a surprise later. But you know, there's been some fish out this week. The stamp of fish, you know, is more than impressive. But don't come think it's going to be a runs water, you know, fish every 20 minutes or half hour. It's not that type of water. It's a specimen water, and you have to work at it. But the fish are in there. It's an all-round fishery. It caters for every type of angler, family angler, the specimen angler, and the you know, for the guys who want to come out 4 at a time and have a bit of a social, so it caters for everybody, where, you know, some of the other fisheries are sort of like dedicated in one direction or the other, but Eden's is an all-round fishery for the family and for the specimen angler, and, you know, for the guys who want to come out at 4 and book the whole lake. That's its speciality.
Hi, my name's Dean. My role at Eden's is fishery manager. I obviously run Edenslakes here in France for the Wilkinson family that are based back in England. I run Eden's with my family, my wife Karen and my 3 children. We basically lived in France for over 10 years now, running fisheries for other people, but for the last 3 years we was obviously brought on board to set up Edens and basically take it to the next level. Basically we set the lakes up basically to suit all the anglers out there, because you get the different types of anglers out there, some that want loads of action, some that want the die hard and basically sit on the lakes. So we've set up 3 lakes. We've got Simon's Lakes, which we set up as an all-round action lake. There's a bit of fun in there with sturgeon, but we basically stocked it with a lot of 20s and obviously a scraping of 30s with the odd target fish in there. So I also offer a dads and lads package on there as well. So if you've got, say, a lad or a daughter that are 16 or under, basically they can come fishing with their father or a mother, basically, and fish for free. So again, it's full of fish in there. You know, it's not uncommon in there to have sort of anywhere up to a dozen plus fish a day. The stamper fish have really come on. There's a big head of 30s now coming on. Obviously all those doubles are now gone on to big 20s. So it's very rare now to actually get a double figure fish in there. So that's now come on in the last 3 years for us. We set up our other water, jolly pads, as our intermediate water. So again, stocked with a big head of fish in there, ranging from doubles right through, but we obviously put a few more bigger fish in there, you know, a lot more sort of 30s in there, just stroking into the 40s range with the odd target fish. So obviously wanted to make it a little bit more challenging in there, but again, a big head of fish. So again, we can take up to 4 anglers onto that lake, and there's some big grass carp in there into the 40 pounds. So yeah, there's a few koi and bits and pieces. So it's a smaller lake compared to the other 2 on the complex, but it's a little bit more intimate as well. So we get a few more of the families go on there as well, you know, that might want to bring their wives or girlfriends and you know, so camp out with them, because it's a little bit more secluded for them. And then obviously we've got this one, the North Lake, 5.5 acres, basically 100 fish in here, ranging from 30 pound right into the 50 pound brackets. Possibly 1 or 2 that could be approaching a little bit bigger, but until they're on the bank, who knows? As I say, we're honest at Edens. Until they're on the slings and on the scales, Mike, you know, that's what it is. So, but again, you know, the weight gains the fish are doing, we've got a few surprises waiting to come out, but it is a difficult water. You know, it is a challenge, and that is why it's called the Specimen Lake. We get a lot of anglers, you know, they really jump to get onto this lake, you know, so, but it is a challenge to them, you know, so, but we've had anglers up to 22, 23 fish a week. Some anglers, unfortunately, 1 fish a week if they're lucky. So, but again, weather is a big factor, you know, that they aren't stupid fish in this lake, but you're fishing for a different stamp, you know, say 30 pound minimum. You might be unlucky to have a 20 depending on the time of year with a bit of spawning, but even then that's sort of very unlucky. Obviously we've got a great food package on offer here. For breakfast, obviously if they want to go for the full package, we offer a full English breakfast, but with that comes a choice of cereals, toast and jams, orange juice, tea and coffee, and then obviously the full English package. And then for an evening meal, we offer a 3-course sort of experience. We don't actually have a set menu at Edens, because myself, I'm an ex-chef. So I was brought up all my sort of working life, working within kitchens and high-class restaurants. Karen's also from the hospitality trade, so we sort of build our reputation with the food as well. So we offer that package for next year's price is going to be €130 per week. So again, we work with the anglers. I could give you a list as long as my arm, to be honest, mate, on the food we do. I mean, you've experienced a few dishes with us this week. But you know, we try and suit all the anglers. I mean, we get a lot of dietary needs, we get fussy eaters as well, but we will accommodate. You know, all you got to do is say, well, I don't like this, we will do something else for them. If you've got a majority that wants a big curry night, for instance, that's it, you know, we'll do something different for them. And so, but as I say, we don't have a set menu, so we try and work with everyone and go with the flow, really, depending on weather. The colder weather, you know, be a few more sort of stews and casserole type dishes. Obviously the hot summer weather, who wants to sit there and eat a stew? So there'd be a few extra barbecues thrown in, light meals and things like that. So obviously we've also got toilet and shower facilities on board here. We've got power showers, which is a nice little touch for us. So you've got separate rooms as well, 2 separate shower rooms, each with their own toilet and basin in there. There is a third separate toilet as well. So, but we get a lot of compliments about the showers. Normally they go in, don't want to come out, so they say it's better than we got at home, and so I've got to have a word with the missus and have a makeover, which is always nice to know. We're not too far away from the local villages as well, so our local sort of town is Busak. So there's a few bars, and you've got the local supermarkets, and you know, you've got banks and a small little restaurant there, and your little post office, your bakeries and so forth. So again, that's only sort of 7 to 10 minutes away for the anglers if they want to go out. If you want to branch out a bit further, 40 minutes each direction, you've got Guéret, and then you've got Montluçon, where you've got sort of your big sort of shopping malls and your more sort of your bigger restaurants and eateries and bits and pieces. There's a few bits and pieces to go and visit, especially for those that want to bring the girlfriends or the wives and max their credit cards out. So, but basically ourselves, again, we sell beer and sort of wine and cold drinks on site as well. So if they don't want to venture out, then it's not a problem. We just sort of build our reputation. You know, I would say we've been going strong now. This is our 3rd season, and this is the strongest one for us yet. We've been honest from the word go. As I say, with the fish caught, we only post, like, obviously we rely on Facebook quite a lot. We've got our own YouTube channel. You know, obviously we've got a few different events and bits and pieces going with the likes of Adam Penning. We've had Derek Ritchie here as well, which is nice for our publicity. So basically, when the fish are caught, as I say, you know, it's easy. There are a lot of people out there that can lie about fishing it, but we're just so honest. So as soon as the fish is caught, I try and get round and get that picture, especially if it's one of the big fish that we got on site. And as soon as I get that, I will post it to my Facebook page or the Edens page, shall I say, not my personal page, but I will try and push it as far as I can go. We've set our lakes up as well, on all the lakes, with the swims, to try and make it more sociable for the groups. So there's not hundreds of meters gaps in running between the swims. So it doesn't matter if they're like a few meters off of their swim. They can sit and have a social if they want. You know, obviously there are limits, of course, but like any fishery. But you know, we're here. We encourage people to come enjoy yourselves and relax and chill out. If you want to bring the family, if you want to bring your children, it's like myself. The warmer weather, we have a swimming pool or an 18-foot dipping pool, as we class it. If their children want to play and have a dip, I've got a young child myself. He's just turned 8 this week. If he wants to play in the pool with them, feel free. They've been inside my house playing on the PlayStation. You know, we welcome families to bring the children. So, so again, it is more sort of market media out there for people to follow us, and if they inquire, then again, we give the honesty, and we're trying to speak to them and offer them a tailor package to what they're actually looking for. Well, thank you for joining us at Edenslakes. I hope you've enjoyed this week, and a big thank you to Mike and Melvin, and for our special guest Mark Gardner for joining us this week. I hope that you've enjoyed the fish that obviously Mike's going to put together for us. We've still got a little bit to go for the cameras. We've got 24 hours to go, so we're hoping to pull out that special big fish for you. So again, thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you all at Edenslakes in the future. Thank you.
The North Lake at Edens is not an easy water, and our week on there proves this to be the case. Nevertheless, it's an awesome lake with some stunning carp in it, as you're about to see.